Alright, we're back with some Phobos Lab. Phobos. It's a very cool level. I don't think it's really my favorite of the lot, but it's still a very nice level. I just love how many details. I believe this was done by Sergeant Mark IV. I can't remember exactly. Ooh, got a hole in one! I think this was done by Sergeant Mark IV. Whoever did it, if it wasn't Sergeant Mark IV, did a very, 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 very good job. This plus Project Brutality plus Doom Heavy Metal just makes for such an epic experience. But when last we left off, I was talking about, YouTube gun reviewing and how they always got to talk about Leopolds. Because why would you ever use a Tasco? I mean, Tascos are like shit, man. I mean, like, I only use Leopolds. You have to spend like $20 just to even look at it. And like, they don't take the money, they literally just burn it in front of you. Because that's how much money you have. I know that's not exactly fair, but I find it funny anyway. But yeah, it's like, Tasco makes a good scope, in my opinion. IMO! In my opinion, the Tasco scopes aren't bad, mainly because I've owned Tasco scopes for quite some time. Like, I have a Tasco scope on that Henry. I reviewed that a while back. I'm not re-reviewing that. That actually turned out halfway decent. But, like, that Tasco scope on that Henry is damn good. So I like that one. And there's a Tasco scope on the Lee Enfield. As this recording, I don't know how well it's going to work, simply because I haven't shot it yet. Because I haven't really had a chance to get out to the range yet. Now, as of this recording, I actually have taken it out to the range. However, the Tasco scope I had on it was actually broken. So yeah. But see, that's another thing I find annoying about internet reviews and things of that nature. It always goes back to the old adage of invisible pimps and hookers. For those who are just joining us, who've never seen a GeneralLotz review, or a video, or me talking, invisible pimps and hookers is sort of the watchword for bad reviews. Or perhaps not even bad reviews, but showing that reviews aren't 100% reliable. Like even me, maybe I say stuff you don't like, maybe you don't agree, that's fine. Because Predator Concrete Jungle, I have a review of that, probably one of my most popular reviews, second only to Doom. That particular game, when I went to go buy it, once I learned it existed, the guy at the shop, GameStop no less, was like, it's just invisible pimps and hookers, it's complete crap. Well, I bought it anyway, and there weren't any invisible hookers, nor were there any invisible pimps. There were some hookers and there were some pimps, but neither one were invisible. The only invisible people that there were some gang members, just generic gang members that you encounter in the very first mission and then pretty much never again. Okay, so yeah, not really accurate. So it's like with Tasco's scope. It was broken, but it got broken because I accidentally broke it. Thankfully I was able to exchange it, but, that's the thing. It's broken, and that's it. You get another one, and see if that one works. Or maybe you just don't accidentally break the fucking thing, but there'll be people who will blame the scope on that. Or there'll be people who will blame operator error. Operator error is one of the biggest things that you'll see in these reviews. That's one of the reasons why a lot of these reviews don't make any sense. It's like, for example, the Tasco stock. The Tasco stock, it don't make sense that some people like it and some people hate it. It's like, is it good or is it... That's one of the things I used to like to say. It's like, is it good or not, And some will say it is, some will say it isn't. That's why, if I ever get an AK, and I'm not sure when that will be, just because I like the AK well enough, but I just don't know if I'm willing to spend that kind of money. And I want to wait until the prices come down, now that the election is thankfully over. But, yeah, it's like, when it comes to the AK, there are many different models you can get. But the interesting thing about it all is the fact that the Inter-Ordnance AK, the IO-AK, is reviled by the internet. But then again, the SKS is kind of hated by the internet too. They say it's inaccurate and stuff like that, even though I know it's not. And I've seen other people say that the IO-AKs are great, and it's like, is it good or is it not? That's kind of one of the things I want to say. It's like, it's also like with the high-point pistols. People hate those things so long as they've never owned one or shot one, or aren't, shall we say, gun snobs. It's like, if you're not a gun snob, they're good pistols. If you're a gun snob, you would never want to be caught dead shooting one, right? But that's the thing. I'm not really pretentious when it comes to guns. If it shoots, I'm happy, you know? And that's why I would love to review an IO AK just to see if it's actually any good. What I find funny, though, is the AR equivalent, which I believe is the DPMS something or other that I've seen. People love it. It's like the cheapest AR you can get, and people absolutely love the thing. So it just goes to show you that it's hard to say. It's hard to say who's telling the truth or not. I think with the Tapco stock that you can get with the SKS, the big thing about that, I'm thinking, is people think you shouldn't even modify ex-military guns. You shouldn't even do it. It's a sin, right? It's a sin! It's a sin! You can't make fun of Ludwig von. But anyway, let's see, what was I? I think one of the big problems people have with those is they don't fit them right, because each SKS is a little bit different, so you have to fit it, meaning you have to file down on it a little bit. It's very little work, you know. And I guess maybe they don't have an old guy to help them with these projects, so maybe they get it on there wrong. But then again, that's operator error, not the stock. You fucked it up, not the bloody thing, you know. And that's also why you see, you know, like negative reviews of the Tapco magazines. I think they just put it... Now, admittedly for the Tapco magazine, I stopped using it just because I learned how to do math and realized that, you know, just using 10-round triple clips was way cheaper than buying, you know, 20-round mags. But the Tapco mags work quite well. The magazines for the SKS work well. The only thing is, and if you have an SKS and you want to use mags and want to spend the money, keep in mind that when you load those mags, you're going to have to pay extra attention as to how they're loaded into the gun. Once you get used to it, it's not that big of a deal. Or if you have like the Tapco stock, then it's not a problem anymore at all. But if you're still using the old wood stock, you're going to have to be careful how they're loaded in, because if you load them in wrong, what's going to happen is they won't be fully seated in the gun, and that's when you'll get jams, because they're not in there. It's not the gun's fault, it's your fault! And that's the thing, I used to be like, the metal bags are shit, man. And the metal bags aren't as good, but they still work. But once I learned that I was, you know, loading them into the rifle wrong, it's kind of like, oh, god damn it. So it wasn't a problem to begin with, and there really wasn't. So that's a lot of those things on there, is that people will have these operation errors, but they won't admit it, because they don't want to look stupid. You know what, I'll look stupid just so that somebody else doesn't have the same problem that I do, you know? Because a lot of these problems can easily be solved, so long as you know that you had a problem to begin with, you know? So it's also like with the Mosin Nagant, you know, people treat it like it's a complete piece of crap, but a lot of it's just going to be operator error, you know? You have to actually, oh dear, read! I mean, that's terrible, man. Gotta ban the books! Gotta ban all them books! And that's the thing, it's like, once you know what you're doing, there's no problem at all. And that's just how it goes, you know? That's what, really, the Mosin Nagant is kind of an underappreciated rifle. Yeah, it's the most popular military surplus rifle on the market, but it is very underappreciated. They're like, oh, it's a good starter rifle, first gun. I don't really like the concept of the first gun, you know? I mean, to me, a first gun is like a 22, but that doesn't mean it's of less value than the second or third gun, you know? Now Mosin Nagant's a very good starter rifle, I guess. But then again, why would you necessarily need to get another one? I mean, it's going to do pretty much the same thing that one does. Now, the thing is, like, if you want super accuracy, I'm talking like 600 yards and stuff like that, you're going to need a rifle that is going to work 600 yards away. Like, you're going to need something along the lines of that Ruger precision rifle. That's going to run you a couple thousand, you know? I'm getting killed because of those fucking pinkies. I think that's bullshit right there. Where they just fucking stun lock you. I hate that. But anyway, like, you can, like, the Ruger precision rifle is a very good rifle for that. I don't think I'd ever buy one just because I'm not really a competition shooter. Although I do intend to do some 3-gun matches at some point. But I'm more concerned about, you know, practical shooting versus, well, like, shaved off a third of a second, you know, because you're not going to really... That's not really all that necessary in real life, you know? Like, if you got a criminal coming at you, yeah, shaving it down to a third of a second's good, but at the same time, you know, you're going to be more concerned with staying alive than, ooh, am I going to have this absolutely 100% perfect? But, you know, like, the Ruger Precision Rifle is probably going to be your best bet for, like, super amazing accuracy, and that's not even just a regular rifle. That's specifically designed for that. But for good general-purpose accuracy, the Mosin Nagant does a damn good job. And I'm hoping the Lee Enfield does as good, if not better, than the Mosin. We'll just have to see. And I will, I'm of course looking forward to that quite a bit, because I really do like the Lee Enfield. And see, that's the thing. Some would say, and I will mention this specifically in the review of the Lee Enfield, that I didn't do this. Someone says the Lee Enfield a better rifle than the Mosin Nagant. That's not why I bought it, though. I did not buy it because I wanted it a better rifle than the Mosin Nagant. I just wanted the Lee Enfield, and that's one of the other problems with the internet in some respects. The internet, I'm just using as a generic term right now. With some people, there we go, is they always got to tear down something to build themselves up. It's like, you shouldn't have to put down something just to make your thing seem better, you know? And that's really a problem, I feel, these days. You know, it's like, oh, my rifle is so much better than the Lee Enfield, or so much better than the Mosin Nagant. It's like, well, can't you just have a good rifle and just be done with it? And, you know, the thing is, like, define better. That's a good question right there. It's like, you know, how much better is it really? And why is it better? Is it more accurate? Well, what's more accurate, you know? Can it shoot 1,000 yards and hit a dime? I guess that's good, but I'd like to be able to just hit, you know, a decent-sized target at 100 yards consistently. That's fine with me. Yeah. So it's a lot of it's bragging rights, you know. It's like, my rifle is superior to all because reasons. Like, But in any event, GeneralLotz is saying, that was weird. I was going to say, in any event, ladies and gentlemen, in any event, GeneralLotz, because I'm talking to myself. Hey, GeneralLotz, how's it going? Oh, it's going all right. Well, that's weird. Can you imagine an alternate version of myself who acts exactly like myself? That would literally be the single most egotistical moment in the history of ever. But in any event, I am the real GeneralLotz. Hashtag the real GeneralLotz. Wishing you good 6.5 Creedmoor and good Ruger Precision Rifle, or whatever makes you happy.